The Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living here in Paoli, Pennsylvania. This is where we teach and practice the principles of science of mind. And I'm Maxine Kaye, spiritual leader of this beloved community. We offer spiritual tools for any and every human condition, and we support one another in our spiritual evolution, both individually and globally. So wherever you are on your spiritual path, and wherever you may be geographically, whether you're here this morning with us or whether you tune in virtually to be with us, you are welcome here. You are most welcome here. So we love awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and we are all about co-creating a world that works for everyone. We have a purpose statement. Would you like to say it with me? Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And now we'll have our opening song, which is Light a Candle by Lori True.
Light a candle in the darkness, through the days of warring madness. Light a candle, keep it burning, shine a path to peace returning. Light a candle, warm and caring, for the fearful and despairing. Light a candle, so revealing ardent prayers for hope and healing. Oh, light a path to lasting peace, here where the greatest and the least can light a candle and keep it glowing. See, the reign of God is growing. Light a path to every nation. It's time for reconciliation. Come light a candle. Light the way to peace. Light a candle firmly holding to the dream of love's unfolding. Light a candle in the darkness till we end our warring madness. Light a candle in its gleaming. See a ray of hope now streaming. Light a candle, keep it burning. Radiant path for peace returning.
Light a path to lasting peace, here where the greatest and the least can light a candle and keep it glowing. See, the reign of God is growing. Light a path to every nation. It's time for reconciliation. Come light a candle. Light the way to peace.
Light a candle for tomorrow. Let it shine through all the sorrow. Light a candle softly glowing, ray of kindness overflowing. Light a candle for a new day. Now's the time to choose a new way. Light a candle, flame unceasing. Let the love begin increasing.
Light a path to lasting peace, here where the greatest and the least can light a candle and keep it glowing. See, the reign of God is growing. Light a path to every nation. It's time for reconciliation. Come light a candle.
you, Lori. Now I'd like to have a word with the kids. I know you're not physically present here today, but if you are tuned in, we're very, very happy to have just a couple of moments to talk with you. Have you noticed that it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in our house. Slowly, the decorations and the lights. And you look around, you can't walk down or drive down the street without seeing beautiful, beautiful trees and lights and so forth. Tonight's the last night of Hanukkah, and so those lights, the 8th light, will be lit tonight. Just lights everywhere, which reminds us that it's a love light that's shining. Whatever it is that you see that's lit, it's a love light shining. Because this is the season of love, right? And it's the season of extra kindness. And we love doing even small things to make a difference in our own families, perhaps at school, or in your neighborhood, and with your friends, because it makes such a beautiful difference to bring a little bit of love to every relationship, to every experience that you have. I'm reminded of the time that I had 3 little kids and a cat. We always had cats when they were little. And Puffy, I think her name was Puffy. Puffy was, well, my kids always named the cats, right? She was Fluffy, they called her Puffy, that's close enough. And she had a litter of big, beautiful, puffy kittens. Just lots of them, all different colors, and each so healthy and strong. And one day we saw in the classified section of the newspaper an advertisement about a woman who had a tiny, tiny, first just born Siamese kitten, and its mother couldn't take care of him. And so I called her. She brought this little thing over. I mean, here's these big, fluffy kittens. Little tiny thing, kind of looked like a mouse. And took it up to Puffy, and she invited it right in for dinner. And took care of that little, just a small thing, taking care of one more little mouth to feed. And he grew and grew and became the most beautiful Siamese cat. When his mother came to take him home, he was healthy and ready to go home. And she kept sending us pictures of him. And here's this handsome Siamese cat called Mr. Fu Tu. It all started with just one simple little act of kindness. So we can do little things and make a huge difference in the world. So you think today perhaps about some little thing you might be able to do to make somebody happier, to make a little bit more difference, to bring a little more of that love light into the world, okay? All right, scram away, do what you're going to do, and we love you a lot. We're going to see you back here when the time is right. Okay. Well, I think it might be time for a meditation. What do you think? Meditation. Yeah, let's have meditation. So let's breathe in that holy breath of life. And exhale, allowing ourselves to return to that precious place of the spirit within. Knowing that as we breathe in and as we exhale, we're allowing the beautiful circulation of divine life through the holy breath to move through our physical bodies, bringing greater life and awareness, energy, to move through our emotional bodies, creating more balance and tranquility, breathing through our mental body, bringing clarity and calm. Oh, let's allow this breath to do its beautiful work through every part of our persona. And now we realize that the physical and the mental and the emotional is a beautiful persona through which the spirit can express and shine its love light. And so let's allow that breath now to bring us as a bridge would into our hearts. Enter into the divine embrace. Feel and know that each of us is indeed the beloved in whom God is well pleased. And remembering who we are and coming even more deeply into the heart of our hearts, we realize that there is nothing but God. God is all there is and very, very present within and all around us right now. So we rest in this sacred space and we allow ourselves to be loved, to be cherished, to be healed, healthy and whole. We open ourselves to become those beautiful instruments now through which Spirit loves to express. But that's why we're here, to be those open conduits of peace and power and plenty, of love and compassion and beauty and joy. How sweet it is to remember who we are. Let's come even more deeply into the heart of our hearts now and remember that all of our hearts are being held very tenderly in the great cosmic heart itself. And here we allow ourselves to be bathed in the love light. So let us come into the sacred silence and simply allow ourselves to be renewed and refreshed and restored now. And now let this sweet silence remain with us as we enter into our precious time together here. And let this sweet sacred silence continue to be with us as we move into all of the beautiful experiences of our day. This is the heart and the center of our reality. And it's where we know and celebrate the truth that all is well. All is well. And all manner of things are well. Now I would invite our practitioner of the day to bring to us an opening treatment all the way from Florida, Bo Smith.
Good morning. Let us continue in gratitude in the consciousness that was just established with the meditation. Continuing to stay within, recognizing the divinity within us as us. In that gratitude, in that consciousness of the divine expressing through us, we enter into this service with an open heart and an open mind. We bless the proceedings going forward, knowing that the divine wisdom that is within us is recognizing and honoring the divine wisdom that is being provided through us in this service, via the message from Dr. Maxine, via the music, all of the volunteers that help make this service what it is, a divine expression, a complete expression of the wise wisdom of the ages. And as we take in that wisdom, the divine essence within us recognizes and honors this path that we are on. We take a small step, we take a small act to express the wisdom and the divinity that we are. And it leads to a large faith, an all-encompassing faith that who we are, just as we are, is all that needs to be to accomplish everything that we desire. That energy, that essence, that intelligence, that love, that all-encompassing faith is enough. for what needs to happen. As we open ourselves up to that divine truth, we see before us the next step, the next small step, the next greater leap, that all-encompassing faith that allows us to live and move with clarity, with ease, with grace in our life. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. We are the ones that are helping to outpicture a greater life, a greater degree of livingness. And it is through a small act of sitting here and listening to that wisdom being so beautifully expressed in this service today. And as we take this into consideration and into our contemplation today, we find that that next greater act, that next greater faith unfolds before us into the rest of the day, the rest of our weekend, the rest of the week. Moving forward, we do so in grace and ease and in gratitude. For I am the divine expressing beautifully. We are the divine expressing clearly. We are the example of that divinity expressing that the world has been waiting for. And it is up to us, it is up to me to be who I am. For all of us to be who we are, that infinite personality expressing here and now. In deep gratitude, I allow the law of mind to outpicture this truth as a beautiful service and as a beautiful week ahead for me and for my entire world. I allow myself to be open. I allow myself to be receptive. And I allow myself to call forward that divinity within this experience. I release and let go into that ever-present divine law here and now, knowing that all is perfect, whole, and complete, just as it is. And so it is.
Thank you, Bo. Beautiful, all the way from Florida. And since he is the practitioner of the day at a distance, we also give thanks and honor Joe Lurkwin, who takes care of all the physical, present, divine duties of the number one. Thank you. And so let's say our affirmation together. Everything I do comes from the deep faith within me, and I am assured of success in all things, great and small. Okay, love to see my people again, if I may, please. Let there be light. Well, it's a brand new month. We have a brand new theme. We continue with the theme for the year of Centers for Spiritual Living, which is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And for December, our center has chosen the theme of Sacred Days, Holy Nights. Seems appropriate for the month of December, doesn't it? And today's talk is Small Acts of Large Faith. Ernest Holmes says, we are to have absolute faith in our work because we have positive conviction of the inner power which enables us to do this work. Isn't it wonderful to remember, I of myself do nothing. There's a presence and a power within that flows through us when we open the portals for its emission into the greater world. We have an opportunity to be who we truly are, as Bo was saying. We have the ability and the responsibility, and I love that word, it's the ability to respond to. We see a condition, we respond to it by knowing a greater truth. The news that we see, that we don't want to see too often, but we do see, do you know what it really is? It's a call to prayer. When you see that, it's time for treatment and to turn it off. and to know the truth. So we're always open to that divine expression of Spirit's life within us that knows exactly what to do through us when we set our conscious intention to have things be a little bit different than they have been up to that moment. We are these beautiful instruments for the activity of the divine life. And in infinite mind, there's neither great nor small. To God, there's neither great nor small, so why should there be to us? If we are encouraged and somehow pointed in the direction and set an intention of bringing some good into the world, we don't need to call it a certain size. We just simply allow ourselves to bring that love light into the world. And the possibilities are endless. You know what happens when you toss a pebble into the pond, right? Have you watched that happen? And the circles grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We don't know how far it goes. One tiny pebble. So let's not judge the size of things, but let's have a mighty faith when we are entering into some sort of a good deed or a wonderful expression of bringing more life to life. Know that it continues to go out beyond anything we will ever see or know, and that's fine. We plant seeds and we don't always see them grow up. People who have a vision, as the Native Americans did, to plant a tree, knowing they weren't going to see how it all grew up, but they would plant something within mind for 7 generations forward. That's a wonderful, wonderful consciousness to be in. You know, Mother Teresa, you've heard me say this before because I love it so much. She said you don't have to do mighty things, just do small things with great love. It's the faith and the love that we put into our actions that makes all the difference, isn't it? I spoke to the kids this morning, assuming they were there. That's a good assumption, about Puffy. Let me tell you a little bit more about Puffy, our mama cat. Because these kittens were gorgeous. They were big and fluffy and healthy. And when I made the phone call to this woman who had this tiny little Siamese kitten, she was so grateful, and so grateful, both of us were, when she brought him over and Puffy took him in immediately. It was wonderful. Small thing, one phone call. And from that, we got Mr. Fu too. And it was amazing because Puffy would sometimes gently push her own kittens out of the way a little bit to make room for Mr. Fu too. And he grew and he waxed strong. Sounds biblical, doesn't it? It was a wonderful experience and the kids were thrilled. It was a wonderful lesson for them too, wasn't it? For them to see how a little bit of kindness can make a huge difference in someone's life, whether it's an animal or a human. In this case, it was both. And another thing about this was that the woman, Florence was her name, was so grateful. I'm a single woman with 3 kids at that point. And she took me, we were in Redondo Beach, and she took me to Farmer's Market in LA, which is still a place that I just love. They built all around it. It's called the Grove now, and it's all fancy, big things. But in the middle of it, they preserved the Farmer's Market. And so you go through all of this yuppie stuff, excuse me, and you get to the Farmer's Market, just as it always was, with flowers and food and wonderful things. So she took me there and we had lunch and she picked a gift out for me and, you know, a tiny, tiny little pebble and all of this great, beautiful goodness coming back. And how wonderful it was to receive that photo every year of Mr. Fu, too, standing tall. One small gesture, one act of kindness with lots of faith. Like I had faith in Puffy, too, that she could do this, and she did. Now, if that wasn't the name of that mama cat, because we had quite a few of them, I'm sure my daughter will correct me, because she's on with us this morning. Hi, Jerry. But there's so many things we can do. A small thing like opening a door, sharing a smile, as long as each is coming from faith-filled love. Not a sense of duty, but a sense of delight. What a difference that is. Opening the door for someone or smiling at someone out of this faith-filled love, not because, well, I'm supposed to, because it says here in the Human Rule Book. By the way, I haven't seen that book yet, have you? I've been looking for it for years. And we could pay it backwards, paying it backwards. Like you're standing in line at the coffee shop, you can pay for the persons behind you. Thing is, you don't exactly know what that's going to be, but give them a little extra. It's a fun thing. I used to always have a good time when I lived in Northern California, driving across the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge and paying for the car behind me and then dashing off as fast as I could so they couldn't see who it was. Is that somebody I know? It is a delight to do it. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. And you never know when you smile at a stranger, say good morning to them, especially if they seem like they're looking at their shoes. You don't know what's taken place in their life that morning. You don't know how you might have made a huge difference in that person's consciousness for the rest of the day. Small thing, tiny thing, huge love, huge faith, knowing that God is still in charge no matter what. Reverend Mike and I, a few months ago, maybe was it last year? I don't remember. I can't keep track of time anymore because, in fact, there isn't any. There's no time in the mind of God. But some time ago, we decided to make gourmet food baskets, and we delivered them with notes of thanks to 3 local police stations. It was a small thing. What fun we had in doing it. It was a delight to just put these together knowing that it was going to be a big surprise. That's not something they'd typically expect. And so it was so much fun, and we got lovely notes back from them. And it was that's a sweet picture up there. Now that's a small act of great kindness. Very, very sweet. You picked the best slides, Edie. Thank you. Beautiful. I digress, but you know that about me, don't you? But it was a delightful thing to do. Sure, it took a little time and a little investment, but it was so joyful to be able to do that. When I lived in Northern California, and even beyond that, I would take the Christmas cookies that I would bake and make little plates, and I would take them to the dry cleaners and to the post office and to the bank and where I frequented. And one year, it was Christmas Eve, in fact. I was making my last delivery, and I don't remember where I was going. It wouldn't have been the post office, but wherever I was, I had a couple of trays of cookies. And as I was walking up the street, I saw a policeman who was parked in such a place that he would be able to catch people speeding. Well, I walked up to him, and he rolled the window down. I said, "Good evening, officer. Looks like you're," I don't know what I said exactly, but I gave him cookies. And then I said, "It's Christmas Eve, And he went, "Okay." So I went on and he drove off. Small things. I don't know how many tickets I might have saved that night. But it doesn't matter. I had a lovely exchange with this gentleman. And our faith inspires us. Our faith inspires us, and it's fulfilled in our actions. Early in 2020, I don't remember the month now, Reverend Mike had a divine download. Something in him said, we need to bring this textbook, the Science of Mind textbook, to life. And the divine idea that he had was to start a Saturday morning book study of the Science of Mind. Small idea, filled with love and faith and great intention, because this dedication grew into a life-altering experience for so many students. It continues. The first time he had to miss one, it was very difficult for him to do that because he is committed to it. We all are. And I don't miss one either. But the first time he needed to miss one, I forget, we were going to go out of town or something, and one of his students said, because he said, well, maybe we could do this from out of town. And one of the students said, Reverend Mike, you need to take a day off. So we did. But only if we're on an airplane or something do we not have that Science of Mind book study on Saturday mornings. And it's life-changing. It brings this beautiful textbook to life. We read it. I see some people here who are dedicated members of this class as well. We read it and we discuss it, and he is such a good teacher. He asks people questions whether they want to be asked questions or not. And it sparks something within everybody. It is such a beautiful expression of a small idea that was definitely a large divine download. We need to follow those inner leadings. That's an old Christian statement, the inner leadings, and I love it. We need to follow the inner leadings that say, this is a good idea, it'll bring love, it'll bring faith. I don't know exactly what the entire consequences are going to be, but they're going to be good, so let's just do it. This small idea contained a germ of great importance, and I'm so grateful that you did that and continue to do it. I wouldn't miss one. There's a song, a country western song. It's surprising that I know about it, but I do. And I read it for you many moons ago, and some of you already knew it. It's called The Chain of Love, and I'd like to read it to you now. He was driving home one evening in his beat-up Pontiac when an old lady flagged him down. Her Mercedes had a flat. He could see that she was frightened, standing out there in the snow, till he said, I'm here to help you, ma'am. By the way, my name is Joe. She said, I'm from St. Louis, and I'm only passing through. I must have seen 100 cars go by. This is awful nice of you. When he changed the tire and closed her trunk and was about to drive away, how much do I owe you? Here's what he had to say. You don't owe me a thing. I've been there too. Someone once helped me out, just the way I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, here's what you do. Don't let the chain of love end with you. Well, a few miles down the road, the lady saw a small cafe. She went in to grab a bite to eat, she said, and then be on her way. But she couldn't help but notice how the waitress smiled so sweet, and how she must have been 8 months along and dead on her feet. And though she didn't know her story, and she probably never will, when the waitress went to get her change from a $100 bill, the lady slipped right out the door and on a napkin left a note. There were tears in the waitress's eye when she read what she wrote. You don't owe me a thing. I've been there too. Someone once helped me out, just the way I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, here's what you do. Don't let the chain of love end with you. That night when she got home from work, the waitress climbed into bed. She was thinking about the money and what the lady's note had said. And her husband lay there sleeping. She whispered soft and low, everything's going to be all right. I love you, Joe. Kiss me every time. Yeah. Oh, Edie's crying, good. We can accomplish anything by bringing two things into that experience. Deep faith and genuine caring. Tonight's the last night of Hanukkah. The last of the 8 lights will be lit in homes all over the world. The commemoration of a small amount of oil blessed with faith that burned for the 8 nights that were needed to change and cleanse for the rededication of the Temple of Jerusalem all those years ago. So we realize that the infinite power of love heals, and it restores all things. And that power dwells within each one of us. Thank God for that. We do not simply believe in God. We know we are made out of that divine stuff. Do you know you're made out of that divine stuff? Say yes. Okay. God is our source. God is our very life. Closer than hands and feet, nearer than breathing. We are actually using a universal principle and power in generating goodwill. It's not just a nice thing to do. We're generating goodness. And like gratitude, it is a causative energy. So we're setting in motion this process of divine circulation. It's our right and it's our responsibility. We have the ability to respond to whatever may be showing up in our lives, whomever may be showing up in our lives, ready to give us an opportunity to let God be God in us and to celebrate the divinity within them. So you want to start something? You want to start something? So let someone ahead of you in line. There's just so many different ways to employ the random acts of kindness. Start up a conversation with an unhappy person in a long line. Leave a snack for your mailman. Why not? Give out compliments. Inform a person's manager when excellent service was provided. That goes a long ways. And here's one of my favorites, over-tip. I love to over-tip. It's a wonderful sense of my own prosperity consciousness, that sense of opulence flowing through me, and the joy of sharing it with someone I don't really even know. Over-tip. It's fun. They don't mind it either. Will you say with me, I'm ready to plant seeds of kindness.
I'm ready to plant seeds of kindness.
I know Spirit provides all the faith I need.
I know Spirit provides all the faith I need.
I'm grateful that my actions
I'm grateful that my actions
grow and make a difference.
grow and make a difference.
Love goes before me.
Love goes before me,
Opens the doors of opportunity.
opens the doors of opportunity,
And contributes to a world that works for all.
and contributes to a world that works for all.
And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you. Now is the time of our happy offertory. So grateful to be able to share my good with the closest source of my spiritual nurture, which is this beloved congregation. So however you choose to give, and it might be online, oh my goodness, look at all those wonderful ways to make a contribution. And many of you do it that way. Some of us like to give right here because it's a beautiful feeling to hold your gift in your hand, sometimes hold it to your heart, to remember that God is the source of our abundance and everything else, and then to place it in the crystal bowl. So will you say with me our prosperity affirmation? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
Gonna do if the hard times come? Keep my faith. What you gonna do when your dreams seem undone? Keep my faith. What you gonna do when they give you the runaround? shit hits the fan. If things don't go according to your plan, what you gonna do if they don't like the song you sang? And they don't like the message that you bring? Keep my faith, keep my faith, keep my faith, keep my faith. Assurance of all things hoped and prayed for, natural force that will break down any door. When your confidence takes a blow, hold true to what you know. All things are possible, all things are probable. You only need the size of a mustard seed. When the going gets tough, you gotta show the right stuff. You already got enough. You're gonna make a correction, point it in the right direction. Remember this in all you do. God has a plan for you. When others let you down, keep your feet on the ground and keep your judgment sound. Check this out. Despite what others may say or do, don't you know the greatest enemy lives inside of you? Thoughts of negativity, anger, addiction, choosing to live with drama and friction. Keep the eye watch on your thoughts and your feeling. Keep your eyes on the prize and all your dealings. Say to negativity, say to your disbelief. Say to negativity, say to your disbelief. I'm gonna keep my faith. Keep my faith. This is what I'm gonna do now. But you're gonna keep my faith. This time I'm gonna keep my faith. But you're gonna keep my faith. But you're gonna keep my faith. I won't lose it this time. Oh, I'm gonna keep my faith. I'm gonna keep my faith.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Payson Burt, and I'm the Vice President of the Board of Trustees, and I'm thrilled to bring you the announcements today. Yay! We're thrilled that you joined us today, wherever you are. Thanks so much to Dr. Maxine for a very nice talk. You know, I cried too on that. It's like what is it? Christmas Tea. That remember that book, that poem? Does anybody remember a little bit of Christmas Tea? It's a book, and we would read it at the senior center when we used to serve Christmas dinner at the senior center when I was younger. And it's just a poem about a little girl going back to. See, I'm going to get all emotional now, but going back and spending time with her grandma. That's all I'll say, or else I won't be able to get through it. It's beautiful, though. It's a little bit of Christmas Tea or something like that title. But thank you. That was a lovely story. I always love that. Regarding our annual intentional giving program, we want to especially thank those who have submitted their intentional giving form. For those who are still considering your intentional giving for 2022, we need to hear from you by the end of this week. Financial support for the community is required for you to be a voting member of the community, no matter the amount you wish to give. So it's important that we receive your annual commitment for 2022 no later than December 10th. If you have any questions about the program, you may email our treasurer, Karen Davis, at kmdavis0331@gmail.com. I'm excited to announce that we are holding our annual winter solstice program in person this year, Saturday, December 18th, starting at 7 p.m. Yay! So we invite you to come and hear our special guests and live music here at the center. We are most excited to have Karen Drucker as our featured musical artist. That's a big deal. Along with a special appearance by CSL's spiritual leader, the Reverend Dr. Edward Vijon. Vilyun. Our solstice theme is nurturing night. My mouth is not working right. I must be crying too much today. Nurturing night, loving the light. We do hope you will join us live here at the center at 7 p.m. on the 18th. For those of us who are here today, the bookstore is open. So be sure to stop by and reacquaint yourselves with our many spiritual books and inspirational gifts and the December Science of Mind. Payson, hold up the thing. There it is. Featuring,
Thich Nhat Hanh.
And the Journey of Becoming. It's in. Okay. If you're watching us and enjoy our Sunday celebrations and love notes on our Facebook or YouTube channel, please be sure to like or subscribe or both and share with others. When you subscribe, you will receive notices when our Sunday celebration and our daily love notes are uploaded. And that helps us out with our numbers and all that stuff, so that's really important. Our celebrations begin every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. We are also holding a meditation session in our meditation room starting at 10 a.m. We will continue to live stream for all those who choose to watch from the comfort of your own homes. As a reminder to view from home, just visit our website, www.cslphilly.org, and click on the orange Watch Live button to see all, not just the celebration, but the virtual love notes and past Sunday celebrations. That's it. Thank you. Have a great week. Love you all.
Thank you. That was fun. I got it.
I didn't.
Okay.
Can you kind of zoom in on that, Jeff? Yeah. That one. Yeah. Got it?
That's the solstice flyer.
That's the solstice flyer.
Just be here. And I've already had, we have some wonderful presenters and some wonderful music and a wonderful solstice team that we've been putting this together. And I had the joy of listening to Dr. Edward Vilyun's offering and saw him. That's going to be presented that night, of course. And it was just wonderful. If we just had that and nothing else, it'd be worth it. But there's plenty more besides, so be there. Guess what today is? It's birthday Sunday. Ooh. Anyone who was born in December, whether you are here with us right now, come on up here closer. Or, yeah, you have one coming up real soon, don't you? Or if you're here, stand up, and if you're just online with us, stand up right in your own living room. Everybody stand up who was born in December. Somebody's going to sing to you. Hit it, maestro. Hit it, maestro.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear birthday. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you dearly. And now we're going to have a closing song that you know very well with Donna Michael, A Light in This World.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are the light, we are the light, we are the light in this world. We are the light, we are the light, we are the light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We are the light, we are the light, we are the light in this world. We are the light, we are the light, we are the light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, shine, we shine, shine, we shine, shine, we shine, shine, we shine, we shine, shine, we shine, shine, shine.
We go forth empowered to shine the light of love everywhere we go, lifting hearts, healing, blessing, and nurturing. What a joy it is to be the instrument of God's love. And so it is.